Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel Code with DK sir. Once again, I warmly welcome to all of you for today's session, and I wish everybody doing fine and everybody keep learning on keep on practicing right on the Python programming. So as you know guys, in previous session we have already discussed about the dictionaries right, and various kinds of function based on the dictionary like a clear, pop item. What your difference between pop and pop item, right? Update, suppose you want to update any keys, any values here, so you can update in the dictionary as well. So we see the concept of list, tuple and set and dictionary. Today's session we are going to discuss about the function in Python. What function in Python, like you have already done the conditional constructs, right? So function was left. So today's session I'm going to cover up the function topic in Python. So what is a function? Why we are using the function? What is the importance of function in Python? How the function playing important role in the Python programming, right? Okay. So let's proceed for today. So function in the context of programming, a function is like a name sequence of a statement that perform a computation. A function is a set of one or more program statement. Obviously, once you create a function, definitely we are creating more than one statement, number of lines of the program, which can be executed by calling the function name. So guys, let me confirm you here. In a function, once you create a function, once we create once you call the function, then it will execute the function. Without call, it can't execute them. Suppose I create a function like a dk student, so I want to see the output of this, so except I have to call them first. Okay, so function, first of all, once you call, then it will going to work, otherwise it will not. So types of function, there are two types of function: user defined function and built-in function. What is the difference between, guys? User defined function, which one made by user, like who are the user? We are the user. We can create a function as per our requirement. Like very simple example, if we talk about it, suppose I'm creating a project for any specific, like student management, online shopping, or any particular one. So in the online shopping, I have to manage like a customer details, right? Like how many customer login accounts is there, and how many product placed by online order by the customer, right? So in that case, I have to create the user defined function. Like regarding student, if you talk about student project, so student registration detail, student fee detail, student exam detail, student certificate detail, each of the information you have to create based on the user defined function. Built-in function, I mean, is a predefined. Built-in function, I mean, is predefined. We can only use it, we can't modify. Like a built-in function, like once you take an input from the user, in that case you are using the built-in function like input. Suppose you want to check a data type, so in that case you are using type function. There are so on, there are various kinds of built-in function in Python. So user define, which one user can make ourselves, which one he or she looking for. Built-in function is a predefined, which one we can only use it. That is a major difference between. Defining a function means declaring the elements of its structure. So defining, once you define the function, so function is declaring the element of its structure, means it define the element of the structure, how the structure look alike. Okay, the following syntax can be used to define a function. So guys, let me tell you, in Python, once you define the function, you have to use a def keyword, like def and function name and parameters. Return is a keyword which return the value, and this is your function body where you're going to write your code inside the code statement. So next you can see here, after defining the function can be executed by calling it, like I have discussed earlier also. Like once you create a function, when it will going to work, when it will going to execute, once you call them, then it will going to work, otherwise it will not. The function can be called by using the name of the function. Definitely guys, very simple. Suppose I create a function hello student or hello dks. So once I call the function, then it will going to execute. Like very simple. Whatever name you declare that time, once you create a function, you have to call same, no different. If you declare capital, so you have to use the capital letter. If you declare small, so you have to use a small letter. No mismatch with the name of the function. It should be a correct one. The function name followed by parenthesis, even if the function call has parenthesis as shown in the following code snap. So see here, def is a keyword which is used to define the function in Python. So def function A, you can see capital A and colon using parenthesis, after parenthesis colon, with the shift key you have to use, print hello, another print evolved. So execution of the function. So this function never go to execute. Why? Because here my function name, as you can see here, function A, capital, and here in function here I mentioned a small f, and here I'm given capital F, and here small a, so definitely it will not work. So let me write here the syntax of the function. See here, like function in Python. Okay, so here I will write here syntax tax. Okay, so how to declare? Very simply, you have to write def keyword function name. Suppose I given a dks and I given column. So here I given dks. Once I call this function, suppose here I given something like a print, and I mention here hello dk student. Okay. Once I want to run this, I will call this function dks like this. Then it will work. How to define the function? If I given here capital D, definitely you get an error. The function dk is not defined. Okay, it will not find out. Why? Because this is wrong. Once I'm calling the function, so I have to give it the same which one I have already declared here. You make sure. Okay. Now I'm going to see practically. In that case, you're going to be more clear. Another way, here I want to declare like you have to see def. Once you define the function, suppose I given a. So this is not a right. This is not a right way. Okay, you have to see this is wrong because once you define the function, you have to use the def and you have to give a parenthesis. This is the right one. Okay. Without parenthesis, it will not going to consider this is a function. Make sure. Like just now I taught in PPT, once you define any function, after function name you have to give the parenthesis bracket, otherwise it will not work. Okay. So this is identification of the function. Suppose here I given any name, so def, and you have to given function name like I given here dk and colon, then you have to write it. Okay. So this is way this is going to even in the def D you cannot mention the capital. This is also wrong. If you're doing like this is wrong. This is not a right syntax for this. Okay, because in def keyword def should be small def, not a capital. So once you define the function, you have to use the parenthesis, and def or def should be small, not in capital. Whatever function name you have to give it, you have to call with the same function name. Then it will going to show the output. Otherwise, it will not work. Okay, now it's very simple question I'm asking guys. Why should we use this? Okay, why we should use this? Okay, that is my question here. I don't want to use this, right? If somebody asks why I'm going to use the function, what is the need of this? So once you declare the function, you can call any time in program. Basically, you can reuse. Okay, that is why you have to use the function. Okay, so function once you declare, you can reuse the code. Once I need, I can declare the function and I can work on that. Okay, so this is a very simple way. If somebody asks why you should write the function, what is the need of this, so very simple example we can explain them. Once we declare the function one time, once I need it, I can use it. Okay, so in that case I'm going to use the function everywhere. You can use the functions really playing very important role. Any programming languages, it can be Python, Java, C++, R, Ruby, any particular programming languages. Okay, see, any programming language I taught you previously guys, any programming languages, only your syntax will different guys, your logic will never change. Do you get my point? only we will find out syntax will different, logic never change. That's why once you learn one programming languages, after then you can everywhere you find out only syntax will different, logic will you will find out as it is. There is no changes inside it. Okay, so this one is a Boolean function. It's a list of the Boolean function here. Okay, so how we'll go for this? Say Boolean function. Python provide a number of important Boolean functions that can be used without needing to provide the function definition. So as you can see, this is a function. There are various kinds of function here. You can see input function, right, string function, tuple. There are various kinds of function here. So let's see how we go for this. Then we're going to continue. Let's come to the code. So here I'm going to write how to create a function in Python. Okay, sorry. So let me write here. We have to use def keyword define the function. Okay, we have to use the def keyword to define the function. So here I take one example, def dks, and you have to put it colon and print. Colon is very important. Once you given, it's a predefined syntax. Here I given a hello dk student. Okay, print. I just mention here like are you ready? Are you ready for Python programming? Okay, and here I given emoji. Okay, window greater than sign. Okay, now let's call the function for execution. I will just comment it here. Let's call the function for execution. Okay, so my function is dks. I give it dks and simply run this. So you can see hello dks, are you ready for Python programming? Right. So whatever you want, you can mention here. Now I just let's do the wrong. I given here capital D. That's the error. I told you just now. See name dks is not defined. Like once I discuss the notepad, so I just told you same thing. So make sure whatever function you declare, you have to give it the right name for this. Okay, this you can see. It's really very simple one. Now let's go for the next. Like let's do the basic calculation here. Like I create a function like def add, okay, colon, and I just print here like 2 plus 2. Again I given def, I given subtraction in short sub, and I print here like 4 subtract 2. Okay, and here I just enter. Again def multiply. Again I just print here. I given here 2 into 3. Any number you can give it which one you want, not an issue. F again def. Okay, again I will just print like 4 divided 2. Okay, and let's call all the function for execution. I will take it from here just because of time. Let's call all the function. Let's call all the function for execution. So here I just simply call add, and here I just call subtract. I just call only two of them. Now see my result. So see 2 plus 2 4, and 4 minus 2 2. I just want to give with masses, right? Like here I given like this is add function. Just make it more relevant. This is a add function. Here I just given like this is a sub function, sub sub function. Okay. So even you can keep this number previous. You can write this text after, not an issue. Then this. So you can see here. This is making more sense. Same. This is a multiply function, divide function. You can write here. Like this is a multiply or multifunction. Okay. Again, last one we have to write. This is diff function. Okay. And I will call rest of them here. I just call only two. Let's call the three. Multi and divide diff in short again. This you can see. So this is normal. You can make a user define as well. Okay. Like here you can given the two number like addition, subtraction. Okay, like n1 and n2. So this is where you can make a user define as well. Okay. So how to make a user defined program using function? How to create user defined program using function. So again I take a def, I give an at, like here I take it n1 equals to integer data type. And which function we have to take input from the user, guys? We have to use input function, which help us to take input from the user, right? I just mention here, enter the first number or get a first number, whatever you want. Again I take it here n2 equals to again user. Again input function we have to use, which used to take input from the user. Again we have to mention here enter the second number. I just take it print. I don't want third variable. I just want to be in print. I just want to skip one line. Okay. So I just take a like a result is equals to or total is equals to comma separator. Here I given like n1 plus n. Okay. Clear? I will just simple copy and change it just because of time. I've already make you understand, guys. Here I will change sub. Here I will change the operator. Which operator is this? Plus and minus, guys. Which operator is this? Arithmetic operator. Addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. Okay, modulus, that is called mod, modulus, and subtraction, multiply, multi. And again I will change the operator. Make sure change the operator, otherwise you will get a wrong result, wrong output. Okay, again I will paste it here. The last one I will make it division div, so n1 divided n2. Okay, even you can take it here next line up to the output here like a print, and just for the blank, just for the gap even like this. So I will take it one and add it for rest of them. So it will just give it a gap. Okay, paste it here. You can even leave it blank also. So we just make a space for next line. Okay. Now let's call all the function. So I will take it from here same. My function name is same, and I just paste it here just because of time. Now let's run this. The program, enter the first number. Suppose I given here 2 and 3. So 2 plus 3, 5. Again here I given like 4 minus 1. So 3, result equals to 3. I given 4 into 2 equals to 8. I given 4 divided 2 equals to 2. So 2.0. So as you can see. So this is way You can make a user defined program. You can make with the any specific one like a logical operator and or not, right? With the conditional construct, if else, any particular one you can make it, like even or any specific one you can make it. So this was the function session 1. Now I'm going to continue the session 2 as well. Okay guys, so that's it for this video for today's session. Thank you so much, and see you next session. Bye guys, take care everyone.